Welcome to Snowflake. This video introduces the Snowflake web interface and describes some basic concepts and features to help you get started quickly. Snowflake has a clean and easy-to-navigate interface. The menu bar contains 7 menu items: databases, warehouses, worksheets, history, Partner Connect, help, and the user menu. Let's take a quick look at each menu item. The Help menu provides access to the Snowflake documentation, support portal, and contextual help for each page. You can also download client software for connecting to Snowflake from other interfaces and applications. All the tasks described here in the interface can also be performed using the command line client SnowSQL, which we will cover in a later video. Click the User menu to change your password, set your email and login preferences, or log out. If you've been assigned multiple roles, you can switch roles here. Snowflake implements security through roles. Your roles control the objects in the system you have privileges to access. Partner Connect lets account administrators quickly and easily integrate Snowflake with selected third-party solutions, which we will cover in a later video. Now, let's look at databases. All data in Snowflake is stored in databases. A database is a logical grouping of objects, such as tables and views, organized into schemas. The Databases page displays information about the databases you have created or have privileges to access. You can easily create a new database or clone an existing database. If you select a database, you can drop it or transfer ownership to a different role. Note the side panel that opens when you select a database. The panel displays security access details for the selected database. To close the panel, click the row again. Click the name of a database to view its objects and perform tasks such as creating and maintaining schemas, views, and tables. Use the breadcrumb trail to navigate back through the database hierarchy. Next, let's look at warehouses. What is a warehouse? A warehouse is one or more clusters of servers that provide compute resources. You use warehouses to execute queries and perform all other DML operations, including bulk data loading. With multiple warehouses, you can separate resource-intensive tasks such as querying and data loading. You can also isolate your query workload from others. Resize a warehouse at any time to improve performance. The Warehouses page displays information about the warehouses you have created or have privileges to use. You can create a warehouse or drop an existing warehouse. You can also suspend or resume a warehouse, transfer ownership to a different role, or configure a warehouse, which includes resizing it. Click the name of a warehouse for a graphical view of the query load on the warehouse over the last 14 days. Now let's move on to worksheets. The Worksheet page provides an interactive interface for executing SQL queries and performing other standard DDL and DML operations. You can quickly and easily create multiple worksheets to organize your work. Each worksheet has its own separate context. You can also access the Snowflake tutorials or any worksheets you created earlier. To get started, first choose a warehouse to designate the compute resources to use for all the queries you execute in the worksheet. You can also choose a database and schema. However, this step is not required because you can fully qualify the names of tables and views directly in your queries. You can now enter queries and execute them using the current warehouse for the worksheet. The worksheet maintains the results of each query executed in your current session, as well as detailed query information such as duration and start time. The results can be copied or downloaded to a delimited text file. How do you monitor queries from previous sessions or queries executed by other users? The History page displays all SQL commands executed in the last 14 days, including commands executed outside the web interface. You can filter the list using the filters provided. Click a query ID to examine the details of the query. In the Query Details page, you can view query results if you are the user who executed the query and it was executed within the last 24 hours. Click the Profile tab for a graphical view of the stages the query went through. This concludes this brief tour of the Snowflake interface. For more detailed information, see the Snowflake documentation. Thanks for watching.